Today, our most essential learning competency is to identify the genre, purpose, intended audience, and features of various view texts such as movie clip, trailer, newsflash, internet-based program, documentary, and or video. We will zero in with the sub-skill, identify the author's intentions for writing.
We are going to use the Alternative Delivery Mode module written by Mrs. Ella D.R. Capulong, Master Teacher 2 of Valenzuela National High School.
Are you excited? Let us begin by having this activity entitled Emojify. On your phones or computers, ready these three emojis. I invite everyone to look at the left side of your screens. First one is the thinking emoji. Second is the laughing out loud or LOL emoji. And the last one is the nerd or smart emoji. Listen carefully as I give the instructions for the activity. I'm going to flash on your screens a material in the form of picture, text, or video, and you are going to comment the emoji that matches it. Our moderator will be checking the comment section for your responses. Please comment only one emoji at a time. Avoid sending multiple answers. You will be given 30 seconds to respond. Are you ready? Hold your gadgets and let's start our game. Let us have item number 1. Your 30 seconds is up. Were you able to key in your answers? Great! Let's find out the answer. I see that a lot of you commented the LOL emoji. Like all memes, this example serves a taste of humor, which only means that LOL emoji fits it correctly. Ready your hands as we move on with item number 2.
Joy, patak! Anong liquid ang gamit mo?
Pero pag matindi yung sebo, todo yung pagkuskus.
Lalong pinagalingan, Joy. Experiment tayo. Ihalo. Purong patak. Versus brand mo. I-shake mo lang ng ganito for 1 to 2 minutes. Ready? Shake the attack! Shake attack, attack! Shake attack, attack! Shake attack, attack!
Wow! Grabe tanggal ang sebo sa Joy!
Purong patak!
Isang katuta!
Looking at your responses, I see some who answered LOL, a few who went for the nerd emoji, and the rest keyed in the thinking emoji. But the appropriate emoji here is the thinking emoji. This advertisement encouraged us to use the product by first showing its best or unique quality, and second, comparing it with other brands. Were you able to get the correct answer? Yes? Good for you. And for those who did not, let us ace the last item. Let us have item number 3. Those who answered the nerd or smart emoji, you are correct. This infographic from the city government of Venezuela informs us on ways on how to observe social distancing. Following this infographic is indeed a smart precautionary measure against COVID-19. How many correct emojis did you get? Congratulations to those who got a perfect score. And for those who did not, you still did a great job. We can always try again. The three materials you have seen target different responses from us, the readers, the viewers, or the listeners. These responses are intentional, and we call them the author's purpose. Author's purpose can be functionally defined as the writer's or creator's reason or intention in making the material. Any material, whether it is something you read, watch, or listen to, has a why behind its creation. The author's purpose is the answer to that question. For instance, when you post or share something on social media, you probably have a reason in mind. Why do we write or share posts about class cancellation or water interruption? Why do we make or share news or quotes? These actions are based on how we perceive or understand these materials, which are rooted, of course, on the creator's intention. Being able to identify the purpose of a material helps us respond to it appropriately. Is it a fact or a blog? Should we follow it? Is it worth trying? You can easily remember the different types of author's purpose through this enticing mnemonic. P, I, E. Hi! Sounds delicious, isn't it? P stands for persuade, I for inform, and E for entertain. Let us further discuss this three. P for persuade. A material is said to persuade when it tries to convince us on certain idea. When a material is made to persuade, it often presents the merit or importance of a specific point of view. The writer or creator will attempt to make the readers, viewers, or listeners agree with this point of view, which may result in a change of belief or action of these people. For example, the advertisement you saw a while ago tries to make us believe on the quality of the product the brand is selling. Advertisement and other forms of commercial or product propaganda are best examples of materials that persuade. Let us take a look at other examples of these materials. Let us watch this video.
I am now. I am what I was today and what I will be tomorrow. We are not looking for an ordinary leader or an ordinary manager or administrator. We are looking for the President of the Philippines. So, I think that the first qualification should be international stature. That would be of great help to Philippine foreign and domestic policy. But more important,
I would like to correct certain injustices in this government, but I can assure you that it will be a clean government and you will have a peaceful country. And of course, I said, drugs, which is my main target, I hope to suppress them to begin.
Gusto ko happy ka.
Ang gara, ang sigaw ng bawat Pilipino. Ang gara, alangan ang gara tayo. Alangan ang gara tayo. Alangan ang gara tayo.
What you have seen are examples of political speeches and political ads which you commonly see or hear during election period. These speeches, videos, and printed materials are made in order to establish the credibility of those running for public office, with the aim, of course, of getting votes. If you are fond of reading newspapers, you are probably familiar with editorials, editorial cartoons, and opinion columns. These types of articles put across stance or opinions on certain issues by giving pieces of evidence. To further check whether the reading, viewing, or listening text is under this purpose, you can ask the following questions. First, did the author try to change my opinion? And second, did the author try to convince me of something? If your answer to both questions is yes, then the material aims to persuade. Can you think of other examples of such materials? If you do, write them down on your notebook. Let us continue to feed ourselves with learning with the next slides. I, which stands for inform. An author who wishes to inform gives the reader, viewer, or listener information pieces about the topic. These pieces of information include facts, which may be historical or scientific, details like use, color, materials, and other features, and/or instructions or procedure. Materials that inform may compare, contrast, list, summarize, or discuss. If you have noticed the infographic shown in our game, it contains specific details on how to follow social distancing. The city government of Valenzuela included numbers and even images to show how this is done. To help you visualize the concept of this purpose, let us take a look at this video.
Ito pa rin ang Amazing Earth. Anong hayop ang tumatahol? Aso? Correct.
Tigers are among the most endangered tigers in the world, probably with as few as 350 left in the wild.
He's been granted
granted rare access to explore restricted areas of this necropolis.
This is a pretty exciting moment for me because I've never been inside before.
And the last, but equally tasty slice of our pie is E, which stands for entertain. When the author's purpose is to entertain, the material captures the interest of the reader, listener, or viewer. The author or content creator appeals to the emotions by stimulating happiness, sadness, anger, or humor. For example, you have found the meme in our little game a while ago to be funny. The creator of this meme used words and images which trigger the audience to remember or imagine funny situations. I am sure that you have encountered other memes that made you laugh out loud. Let us continue the entertaining vibe by watching this video.
사랑해.
After our discussion, I am pretty sure that the concept of author's purpose is now a piece of pie. Let us have a very quick recap. Just remember P, I, E. P for persuade, I for inform, and E for entertain. Do you have questions about our lesson today? Do you find anything needing of clarification? If you do have, we will give you 3 minutes to type in your questions in the comment section. Our moderator will take note of these questions. Do not be shy and ask. Your 3 minutes starts now. Okay, so thank you for keying in your answer on the comment section. Our dear moderator is still taking notes of these questions. So let's try to answer some of them. The first question is from Malanday National High School. Is there a possibility that a reading material has more than one purpose? The style of the author or creator sometimes confuses us of his or her intention. There are times that she seems to entertain when in fact he or she is really giving information. For example, if you're familiar with Reader's Digest, they sometimes present scientific facts in first-person point of view. It may seem entertaining, but reading between the lines, you are being taught of new information. Another good example is a local show by Dingtong Dantes entitled Amazing Earth. While it is presented in story form, the real purpose of the creator of the show is to inform us about animals, nature, and the world in general. Entertainment there is a secondary purpose. So I hope I answered your question. Okay? Moving on, let's have number 2. This is from Reales National High School. If there are 2 possible purposes in the material, how can we know which one is the main? That's a very nice question, okay? And to answer that question, you may have to go back to the questions that I gave you a while ago in our discussion. So, you may ask yourself these questions to check on the purpose of the material. You have to weigh the answer to this question. So, you have to think, is it more entertaining or informative? Is it just informative or persuasive? You really have to weigh the purpose to know which one is the main. Okay? And probably this will be the last question. This is from Vicente P. Trinidad National High School. And the question is, as writers, how can we stick with our main purpose? So that's quite a difficult question, okay? But let's try to answer that. Because writing is a different ball game. You have to understand learners. And it needs a different learning session to fully explain. But as a tip, you just need to always check whether you are still targeting your aim. You have to really set your goal or objective in your writing. For example, you can ask yourself whether you are overdoing the humor rather than focusing on convincing your readers to believe your opinion. Okay? Remember that being a good writer and being good at writing, for that matter, takes practice. Okay? So you really have to practice. So as much as you want to answer your questions, our time is limited. But do not worry because our moderator listed all your questions and we will be forwarding them to your classroom teachers. As your assignment, make sure that you accomplish the think and write activity we had during the discussion. You have to list 3 examples of materials under each purpose. Do not forget to send your answers to your class discussion teachers. I hope that you learned today and I hope that you had fun as well. This is Mrs. Adonna S. Purpose saying, stay safe at home. And like DepEd's battle cry, anuman ang sitwasyon, tuloy ang edukasyon. Thank you and God bless.